Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Marc Daniel Patrick. Thank you so much for joining me on here. Just before we get started, don't forget you can hit that subscribe button and please turn on those notifications. And just finally, I do have a Patreon page. You can find the link to join in the description below. We have a number of reaction videos there that do not appear on YouTube and will never appear on YouTube, including Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, Dear Evan Hansen, some Pentatonics content, and one of the most requested films that I get on this YouTube channel, Tick Tick Boom. It's all on the Patreon page right now. You can find the link to join in the description below. Today I felt like it was finally time for our last installment of the trilogy. Now, our beloved Jonathan Groff hits the stage only 3 times during Hamilton's 2.5-hour run. But every time he finds his light, he has the audience in hysterics. Either he's spitting on them, threatening to kill them, or delivering possibly the most compelling, borderline offensive portrayal of King George III. We've taken a look at his 2 previous spots in the show. If you missed those, I'll throw them up here. Go check those out as well. But for the third and final time, this is Jonathan Groff with I Know Him.
They say George Washington's yielding his power and stepping away. Is that true? I wasn't aware that was something a person could do. I'm perplexed. Are they going to keep on replacing whoever's in charge? If so, who's next? There's nobody else in their country who looms quite as large. What? John Adams? I know him. That can't be. That's that little guy who spoke to me all those years ago. What was it, 85? That poor man, they're going to eat him alive. Oceans rise, empires fall. Next to Washington, they all look small. All alone, watch them run. They will tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, it will be fun. Da 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 da. President John Adams, good luck.
This guy.
Out of Hamilton, the short-tempered protean, creator of the Coast Guard, founder of the New York Post, ardently abused his cabinet post, destroy his reputation. Welcome, folks, to the Adams administration. Jefferson's the runner-up, which makes him the vice president.
Washington can't help you now, no more Mr. Nice President.
Adams fires Hamilton, privately calls him Creole bastard in his taunts.
Say what?
Hamilton publishes his response.
Should I?
Okay, I just wanted to get to that part because he's still obviously very much a part of that scene, whether he's supposed to be or not. He's interjecting himself quite well into that. Look, we'll go back to the beginning, discuss a few things, and see what we think. One last time. That's the one we need to do again. What a number.
They say George Washington's yielding his power and stepping away.
Now, first of all, the first thing I thought is, I don't know why they have him walking directly past him. Why not let the king watch him as he walks by? It's a very small thing, I know, but it would just be, he's already, and then later at the end of the number, he's going to clearly see Burr sees him. He's interjecting himself back into the number. It's not just a reprieve for the audience anymore. I would have loved to watch him just follow him upstage as he goes. It's a small thing, I guess. I don't know.
Is that true? I wasn't aware that was something a person could do.
Now that's a great line. It's a really great line, and I think for a number of reasons. It's delivered so well. He's got that great diction behind it and punches out those words, which really garners a reaction no matter what you think of the line. It's really going to garner a bit of a humorous response. I had the most compelling argument with someone recently over this line. I wasn't aware that was something a person could do. What is the intent behind that line? Is he saying that because he wants to leave office, like he's tired of this and he wants to step away from the throne? Or is he saying that because he legitimately didn't think that someone would ever want to relinquish their power? Like, you have all this power, you spawned on the revolution, you're now your own country. You step away from this high point and all this success you feel now. And much like many other lines in this show, the interpretation can go either way. It's really up to interpretation, and that's kind of what's the best thing about Lynn's writing, is everyone can kind of get in there and tear it apart and sort of make what they can out of it and make their own reality out of it. And in one way or another, they can usually really seriously defend their point. Look at all of the other Hamilton videos we've released on this channel, and there's constantly debates going on in the comments back and forth of how they perceive certain lines or what they feel like is the truth going on in the scene. I've just thought it was so amazing that I've always just gone past that line. I've laughed at it. It's a little bit humorous to me, but I've just gone past that, not truly delving in a little bit deeper that could it have two different meanings, and could someone, an audience member right next to me, be interpreting that line an entirely different way? So let me know what you think in the comments. I could go either way on it now. I seriously, honestly thought it was just originally his intent was, why would you give up your power that you already have? I can't believe, he's so power hungry, the king here. So why would you even step away? Like, this is the best job in the world. What are you doing? That's how I always took it, but it could be interpreted different ways. It really could.
I'm perplexed. Are they going to keep on replacing whoever's in charge? If so, who's next? There's nobody else in their country who looms quite as large.
Oh, look at that Oscar winner.
What? John Adams? I know him. That can't be. That's that little guy who spoke to me.
Now he does that so well. His hand gestures, his subtle little flicks of his hand to direct people across the stage, or to direct the orchestra when he wants them to stop. It's genius. It's small little things, but they're so direct, and they're very poignant, and they're really quite good. That one's no different right there, just shooing her away. And another one's coming up at the end of the number too.
All those years ago, what was it, 85? That poor man, they're going to eat him alive. Oceans rise, empires fall. Next to Washington, they all look small. All alone, watch them run. They will tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, it will be fun. Da, da, da.
I really, just before he goes into this last part, I'm not sure about that last action. I don't know, like the punch towards the sky, towards the audience. I really feel like I personally think it would have been great if there's probably a word for it. What the staff that he's holding, God, I don't know. Someone will correct me in the comments. Whatever it is that he's holding, this royal, the golden staff, I thought it would have been great if he would have broken it, like just break it in half. Like, he's just so elated. He's kind of still annoyed that that the Americans are gone, but he's just so elated that of what's about to transpire that he just breaks it in half. To me, would have been a better impulse than just the punch, but it's a small thing. That's so good. Okay, we're gonna go back and watch that again. It's so good. You are so focused on him, his singing, and this da-da-da line so well, and it is so... He's so angry at this girl who can't put the stool in the proper place. They're small gestures. It takes 3 seconds of time, but it gives you such an insight into how easily this man can go off. We're just going to watch back a little bit here. Here we go.
Peace is Jesus Christ, it will be fun. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. President John Adams, good luck.
It's fun for the audience. It's great that I don't mind it. I really kind of love it. I do love that giddy squeal that he has all of a sudden, because it's now that, you know, she put the stool behind him, she's left, no one else is with him. He would be, you know, when you're not around people, when you're by yourself, you do act a certain way, and you act a little bit differently, and you feel less insecure to show your true emotions. And that one is a true raw, whatever his interpretation, whether you agree with it or not, his interpretation of King George would just be so giddy at what's about to happen.
Out of Hamilton, the short-tempered protean creator of the Coast Guard, founder of the New York Post, ardently abused his cabinet post, destroy his reputation. Welcome, folks, to the Adams administration. Jefferson.
Now, this one I can go back and forth on for forever. I don't. There are many examples or cases on stage where an actor who's maybe a little bit less experienced or a little bit selfish will try and upstage everyone else and take the attention away, and really wanting, you know, all this attention and the spotlight on them. This is not one of those situations. This is a really thought out, planned, executed interpretation of what the king might be thinking as he's watching Bird deliver this monologue. I could go either way. I don't know. I love it. It's great for a laugh, but is it a laugh that makes sense truly to his character? We haven't seen the king be that jolly in front of anyone before. We haven't seen him show that side of himself. So that's what kind of bothers me about it, especially the fact that Jonathan, like I said in the video last week, he plays this role so deadpan. And that's why I want to know if it was the same in the actual run when Hamilton first opened on Broadway. But when he came back to film this for Disney Plus, he's so deadpan. There's very little reaction in his face. There's just some spit flying around and some daggers to the audience. He's very deadpan in his delivery until this moment where is it just a gimmick for a laugh, or does it actually make sense and does it belong there? Again, I could go back and forth either way. If I was directing the show, which thankfully I wasn't, I don't know if an actor had an impulse and just threw that out on stage for once. I may hate it at first, but then if they could defend it to me, I'd be okay with it. I don't know. I think a lot of people in the comments had some things to say about King George, and I'd love to hear it again of what you think of not only his entire delivery and not only his entire interpretation of the role, but just that moment specifically. Does that make sense for his character, or is this just a moment where he can kind of try and attempt to get a bit of a laugh, another laugh, as if he needs any more throughout this show? Let me know what you think. I can't wait to read about it. I will respond and engage with you guys there too. I can't wait to hear what you think about that. All right, that's all the time we have for this video. That ends the trilogy of Jonathan Groff in Hamilton. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Any suggestions for future videos, please throw them in the comments below. I'd love to get to those. And until next time, I'm Marc Daniel Patrick, and we'll be back next week.